Okay, guys, that was a loss that hurt in a way I didn't know I could still be hurt. And how many times can Devin Booker and Chris Paul just pummel me into absolute sadness and misery? I don't know, but they do it a lot. Let's talk about it. It's the Hoops Nerd postgame show. All right, guys. Before we talk about the Jazz, let's talk about the Suns. And just I wanted to go through like the big story of this one, at least on Jazz Twitter, like always, is Donovan Mitchell's shots at the end of the game. We will look at those, the last six, and just kind of go through it. I thought it was interesting. He missed like his first 3, 4 shots, and then he missed like his last six. So in the middle there, he was pretty darn good. Enough to get a 17-point lead that the Suns took away. Because why? Because the Suns are unbelievable. The Suns are absolutely remarkable. And let's just look at it. I mean, the numbers are just, they don't lie. Uh, let's see. To start with Devin Booker, 13 for 26 from the field. He had a 50, 40, 100 night, 4 rebounds. Let's see. 3 assists. He was fantastic. Just dominant. 33 points. No one could guard him. And he took 26 shots on this efficiency. It's unbelievable. It's just fantastic when you can have a guy out there that can do this and score at this level. And he was scoring, one thing that Booker does is he knows how to get to his spots, and he's got size. It's underrated how big Booker is. He's like 6'5", 6. I don't know if he's 6'6", but I think he's at least 6'5". He's large, and he uses that size well to bully his way to his spots, and he's a good passer. And he knocks down that mid-range really well. And this year he's been knocking down the three-point range. I think it's a career year for him. Just for curious, let's look at it. I mean, you just look at the numbers. These are just fantastic numbers for Booker. Come on, pull up here. So I think one of the knocks I've always had with Booker is that his three-point shooting was a little bit inconsistent, although it's better than you think. But this year he's 38.3, which ties his best year 2017-2018. So I guess not technically a career year, but it ties a career year. Although, oh yeah, look. Well, I guess it's not a career year because, wow, look how similar that is. 2.7. I mean, that's just about as identical. Anyways, he's having a fantastic year doing just amazing things. He's unbelievable scorer, and you just have to give him his credit. He's unbelievable. Like, fantastic size. You know what I mean? So, unbelievable size and unbelievable scoring from Devin Booker. Just give him all his credit. He's fantastic. Chris Paul, if you're the Suns, he was 7 for 11. Oh, thank heaven for Chris Paul if you're a Suns fan. My gosh. But he goes 16 points, 16 assists, 16 and 16. Let's pull that up so people can actually see it. Unbelievable. And he had 6 rebounds too, and 2 steals. And the thing that's always incredible with him is the lack of turnovers. 3 turnovers. That's a 16-3. If you're playing Call of Duty and you have a 16-3 kill to death ratio, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's better than anything that happened on this end of the floor. Conley did have 8 and 2, so that's pretty good. So what's the math there? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. What is that? 5-2 ratio, kind of. So Paul was much better than Mike Conley. Like in every single way. But anyways, Paul and Booker are just an incredible backcourt and probably the best duo in the league. It's, I know Suns fans want Devin Booker to be, MVP, and, usually you have an MVP from like one, not usually, but a lot of times you'll have an MVP from the best team in the league, and they're the best team in the league. The thing is they're just such a complete team. Devin Booker and Chris Paul together are just unreal. And I mean, the last 2-3 years with them on the team, has it been 2 or 3? I can't remember. It feels like forever, the way they've just dominated. But the ability that they've found, and I think it's just even gotten even better this year, where they just have learned to be a cohesive unit, is unbelievable. It's fantastic. A lot of credit to Chris Paul to do his thing. Chris Paul doing his thing, passing the ball around, and Devin Booker doing his, scoring the ball. It's just a complete backcourt that just is, it's just really, really good. There's just no way around it. Deandre Ayton had a nice night. 9 for 18 from the field. He has that little mid-range jumper that he gets set up from Chris Paul. And then the 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, this is just a sign of a great team when your center's getting 4 assists. I mean, it's just, they're just so good. What else is there to say? Jay Crowder, who's one of the more underrated players in the league, not necessarily offensively, but defensively. Uh, you ask any team that traded away Jay Crowder because he was putting up numbers like this, they'll all tell you that they miss him. I know Jazz fans do. Why? Because, it feels like on nights like, it's like this is a percentage from. Here's what happens with Jay Crowder offensively. It's either 2 for 8 or 6 for 8, right? So it's either 1 for 4 or 3 for 4 every night. There is no in between. So he's either going to shoot the lights out or he's going to just not be able to hit much at all. Tonight was one of those nights where he doesn't hit much at all. He has 5 points, but he was a plus 13. Why? Because he is an underrated, strong defender that brings toughness. And this team just is full of toughness. Chris Paul is pure toughness and competitiveness. Devin Booker, pure, complete competitiveness. I'm going to win every single game. It's the Jordan Kobe gene. And he's scoring and he's backing it up. So there's nothing you can say. So someone like me who hates the Suns and hates Devin Booker can say nothing. And that is the pain of it. That is the pain that I have to take in and just accept how good Devin Booker is. He's phenomenal. And Deandre Ayton, who we'll see what happens this offseason, but for this season, he's doing incredible stuff. And then Mikal Bridges, who's going out and doing his Defensive Player of the Year. Look at this, plus 27 for Mikal Bridges. Most underrated signing ever. And I remember when the Suns made that trade for him, you knew he was going to be good in that draft. And so, Philadelphia making that trade, stupid. I mean, of all the stupid trades they've done, including maybe the one for Harden recently, trading Mikal Bridges for the, I can't remember his name. Does anyone remember his name even? Was unbelievable. One of the biggest steals of the decade. And, sometimes that's what it takes to win a title is you just have a bunch of players that you got, Chris Paul coming over to the Suns, DeAndre Ayton, number 1 pick, turning into like, I don't know if the pick looks fine now because he's become a nice center. Obviously there's other players in that draft I'd rather have, but he's become good enough that you're happy with it if you're a Suns fan. Mikal Bridges is an first team all defense and Defensive Player of the Year candidate. And then Jay Crowder, solid, tough defender. And then you've got nice bench players. I mean, Cameron Johnson, who I thought was good. I couldn't understand the anger people. I mean, not the anger, but just like the mockery of the Suns picking Cameron Johnson. Well, who's laughing now? Because honestly, he was the best shooter in that draft at 6'8" or whatever he is. And he just looked like a guy that knows how to make the right play and is smart. Turns out was a really great pick. 3 for 5 from the field tonight. 5 rebounds. Really solid. Eric C. The C stands for champion. 199. Thank you, my friend. It took a while to absorb this. Just the fact that the Jazz did it again, where they have a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter. The Suns come back. Now, part of that is the Suns, that's what they do. They're the most clutch team in the NBA, and the Jazz are the least clutch team in the NBA. And so I don't know if we really should have been surprised. I don't know if that was the weirdest thing for JaVale McGee to jump up on Hassan Whiteside, but that was weird. I mean, fouls happen, whatever. Torrey Craig, of course, he shot 2 for 4 from 3. This is one of the most triggering things of this entire game for me, because you know what this is? This is triggering me to game 1 of the Denver-Utah bubble series, where Torrey Craig shot 3 for 5 from 3 in a game that came down to like 1 bucket. So, of course, the guy who shoots 33% from 3 in his career is always going to shoot this type of percentage against the Utah Jazz. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes, all right? 3 for 5 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. Ultimate efficiency. The Landry Shamet pick looks really bad. So if there was one thing to be sad about if you're a Suns fan, I guess it's Landry Shamet. Should we talk about the Jazz? So, I mean, Bojan Bogdanovic shot well from the field. He couldn't hit a 3, especially a wide open 3 with like 3 or 4 minutes left to hit the 3. We're not going to blame Bojan. Would have been nice if he did hit that 3. because Donovan Mitchell went like 0 for 6 in the fourth quarter. So this 7 for 21 includes that 0 for 6 in the clutch. So painful, guys. 7 rebounds, 5 assists for Donovan, 18 points, minus 25, ties Bojan for worst plus minus in the game. But you know what? Like Donovan said, he deserves the blame. And you know what? At a certain point, like we can talk about how great the Suns are. The Jazz probably should have won this game. I mean, Donovan goes 0 for 6. 0 for 6. You know, if he hits any of those shots, and one of those was a open spot up 3, we're going to watch him, I guess, just because we enjoy pain on this show. But he needs to knock those down, and I don't know if it's adrenaline. I don't know if it's just like he's in his head, but it's painful. We're going to watch that just because, but I just wanted to touch on these things. Royce O'Neal is getting more and more unplayable, and, you know, these guys are incredible. Devin Booker and Chris Paul are amazing. But sometimes you've just got to accept that this guy is just not defending at a high level, or he can't defend this team. Daniel House, let's just look if we want to cry, was a plus 14. Jordan Clarkson was a plus 17. I mean, and he only played 24 minutes. That's what's wild. At a certain point, Daniel House just needs to play more. I really want to tweet that right now, but I'm going to tweet it later. Daniel House plus 14. Jordan Clarkson plus 17. Juancho Hernan-Gomez plus 19. Unbelievable. So this was where you get the 17-point lead, was with these guys on the floor, obviously. And then it just goes down the drain. And how remarkable is that Jordan Clarkson goes 2 for 10 from the field. He shot 20% and was plus 17. What that tells me is Daniel House and Juancho Hernan-Gomez were fantastic, especially Daniel House. He was the best player for the Jazz tonight in most ways. I know he only shot 1 for 4 from 3, but the plays he made were unbelievable. He was unbelievable. He's just so much fun. A guy that goes that scored 10 points with 3 rebounds and, let's see, 2 steals. Can we just watch his 2 steals? We're probably being demonetized tonight. Come on board. 199. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it a ton. Just talk about the first 36 minutes, please. I wish. Look at this from him. Jumps the lane, gets the steal, and then he goes and gets the reverse layup. Oh, I love him so much. I really love him so much. And then here we go. Donovan gets the miss. He just steals the inbound play and then gets Donovan a shot, and it ends there. So anyways, Daniel House, my love for Daniel House grows every day. Every day. Every day. By the way, I don't know what this was, but those 3 minutes and 11 seconds for Jared Butler were really good. Like, Quinn Snyder saw Jared Butler go in and play with confidence, get 2 assists and 1 steal in 3 minutes. And he was like, pull that, dude. Wait, let's do the per 36 minutes. What's 36 divided by 3? 36 divided by 3 equals 12. So 12 times 2, 24 assists. Per 36, Jared Butler was on pace for 24 assists. Let's be irresponsible and just say that he should have played the whole game, all right? If he can get 24 assists, that's better than Chris Paul's 16. And there was a small bit of blasphemy. I didn't want to tweet it, but I'm going to say it here because I want to. He shows little, he's obviously not Chris Paul, but he has a little bit of that to him, where there's a difference between guys that make good passes and guys that create assists. And Chris Paul is one of those guys that he just creates the assist. He moves. He knows how to adjust the defense by where he's going on the floor. He runs the pick and roll masterfully. And then he'll open things up for someone based off of what he does with the ball in his hands and how he runs the team. And he's just brilliant. And Jared Butler has a little bit of that to him. He does. And I'm not taking back any of my Jared Butler takes this whole year. They were all correct. They were all right. And really, honestly, he should have been playing more. He should have been playing more this year. He really should have. So, anything else? Mike Conley goes 4 for 13, 3 for 9. Donovan Mitchell gets all the blame, though. So, 4 for 13 from Mike Conley. He did have 8 assists though, and he did have the least amount of bad plus minuses of anyone. 13 points, 8 assists from Mike Conley, but he did shoot 4 for 13, and you would have thought it would be better, right? Like, look at these percentages, by the way, for the Suns. 7 for 10 for Mikal Bridges, and this is what we're gonna watch here. We're gonna watch this, and we're gonna watch Donovan Mitchell's buckets, because some people were like, it's weird that some Jazz fans seem to just like take like joy in Donovan Mitchell not doing well. It's weird. It's pretty weird. And I tell you what, I like am slightly on board for a tank next year for the Jazz. I kind of feel like that might be where this is going, although the last 3 games changed my mind a tiny bit. But this Jazz team is going as far as Donovan Mitchell takes them. If Donovan Mitchell has nights like tonight, they're not going to go far. They just aren't. Like, anyone who's like, I don't think anyone would disagree with that. If he shoots like this in the playoffs, it's not going to go well. You need your star guy to be hitting not 33%, but 50%, like this, right? You need your best player to not be shooting 25%, but 40%. If he doesn't do it, they're not going to win. I mean, no one disagrees with that. You know what I mean? But Donovan Mitchell is the guy. He is the guy. And let's watch the shots. And, we could be wrong on some of these, but he's the guy. He's your guy. We talked about this last show. To win a title, you need either an MVP player or you need someone who, in a stretch, plays at an MVP level. If you want to go to the finals. Isn't that what we want? Do Jazz fans still want to go to the finals? And Donovan Mitchell did that the last 2 playoffs. Like, lest we forget, Donovan Mitchell hit that level and consistently the last 2 playoffs. So we know he can. He can. Will he do it this year? I don't know. If he doesn't, it sucks, because honestly, it comes down to him. But if he does, then it's great. And that's what should happen. But that's really, in a lot of ways, what it comes down to, because the Jazz have filled their roster with the things they needed that we were hoping for this year. They got Daniel House for nothing. Like, Danny Ainge deserves, like, Executive of the Year votes just for this pickup. Daniel House got picked up on 10 days, guys. On 10-day contracts. Juancho Hernan-Gomez came with Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and we all forgot Nickeil Alexander-Walker was on the team. Juancho Hernan-Gomez was plus 19 in 13 minutes. Holy smokes. Unbelievable. So we brought onto the team what the Jazz needed. Now it comes down to these core guys. Bojan Bogdanovic, you know what? We need you to shoot better than 27% from 3. Mike Conley, we need you to shoot better than 33% from 3 and 30% from the field. You know what I mean? Donovan Mitchell, we need you to shoot better than 33% from the field and 25% from 3. Is it all Donovan Mitchell's fault? No, but he is the star, and he is going to get the blame because he is the star. Now, here's the thought that we need to have. I hope, and it's like LeBron James tweeted, I hope the energy that certain people bring, and I had someone tweeting me telling me that people were booing him. I mean, I guess if that's what you want to do, I don't know if that helps. I personally would not boo my own star player. I don't know if they boo Dame in Portland, but I'm not saying Donovan's Dame, but when Donovan's on, he's pretty dang close. I don't know if it helps, but if that's what people want to do, I'm not going to tell you what to do. But here's the thing. I hope people bring the same energy if he turns it on in the playoffs, like he has done the last few years. Now, I've completely bet on Donovan Mitchell myself, and it's burned me this year. It's burned me. He has just had a bad year in the clutch. He just has. We could look at the clutch numbers. They're bad. Let's get into it. I don't know if I want to watch every single shot. Let's see. So we'll look at right here. So he missed his first 4 shots, and he missed his last 6. So that means that Donovan Mitchell, let's see. It's crazy. So he went, if he was just playing between the 20s in football, what's 21 minus 10? He went 7 for 11 like Chris Paul. Isn't that crazy how good Chris Paul is? Man, neither of these. It's so frustrating, dude. Anyways, misses the last 6, misses the first 4. It's crazy, the bookends. Let's jump to This is Donovan Mitchell right here. Pull-up jump shot. This was in the third quarter. Let's just jump to the shots in the fourth quarter. 1, 2, yeah, these last 6. So he missed his last 7 shots, actually. But we'll jump to the fourth because I don't know. Okay, let's start here. The reason I'm doing this is because I just want to go over it. I want to see, like, was it Donovan's fault? You know? Was it Donovan's fault? Wasn't it? So we've got 13 seconds left in the shot clock. I know you guys can't see that, so I'm sorry. But there's 13 seconds shot. Donovan doesn't have the ball. 13 seconds left. Okay, now he has the ball. 12 seconds left. Pick and roll with Rudy. They counted that as a missed shot. I guess that's a missed shot. I kind of think that's more of a turnover. I guess that's a block shot for Deandre Ayton. Karl Malone swiped in there. So I guess, yeah, this is Donovan's fault. So bad shot by Donovan. And you know what? Let's just be honest. Like, I think, although so what I'm trying to say here is, should he be giving this ball to Rudy Gobert? Deandre Ayton played that pretty darn well. I mean, honestly, sometimes that's just a really good play by a defender. And this is props to Deandre Ayton. Because look, Deandre Ayton's guarding, he's doing a Rudy Gobert impression right here. He is guarding both Donovan and Rudy Gobert. Now, here's where you could probably argue Donovan can be better. Because what do we want to do? We want to be better. And everyone's saying Donovan needs to be better. I agree. Bojan Bogdanovic is open right here. And you see Cam Johnson. Actually, well, I guess Cam's kind of... Donovan needs to make the pass to probably Bojan right here. That's probably the right play here. Because if he tries to get it to Gobert, I don't think he's getting it to him. Unless he's Luka Doncic, I guess. But yeah, this is a shot. This is definitely a needing to pass it to Bojan. So that's what Donovan could have done better. I mean, maybe if he gets the shot off clean, he makes it, but he did not. So no credit where no credit is due. All right, so that first one's downfall. All right, so we've got a low pick and roll here, not a high pick and roll. Strong side. Donovan just does the pull-up shot. And some of this to me is that Mikal Bridges had a remarkable night. Mikal Bridges really is first-team all-defense. He's fantastic. Donovan probably shouldn't be just pulling up on Mikal Bridges. Now, there's not really a pass here. I mean, he can pass it to Mike Conley, I guess. But then they're going to have to reset up. But guess what? And you guys can't see, that's 3.5 seconds left in the shot clock. So he has to take the shot. Right? So this clip starts with 7 seconds left. That's when Don gets the ball. They're all guarded. I mean, Donovan, honestly, this is him creating a shot out of nothing. And those are the types of shots you take in the playoffs. This was a playoff atmosphere. And so I wouldn't say it was the wrong decision. I would just say that he missed the shot. Right? So the first one he made probably the wrong read. Should have probably passed it to Bojan for an open 3. Bojan shot 3 for 11 from 3. So, who knows if it goes down. But this one is not a bad shot. This is just he missed it. And I know I'm a Donovan Mitchell apologist typically. I know not everyone here is as big on it as I am. Although when lest we forget, there was a time where we were really excited about Jamal Tinsley. We've come a long way. And maybe that's what makes me appreciate Donovan a little more. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's just a missed shot. There's a difference between a missed shot and a bad shot. And that was just a missed shot, if that makes sense. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, what do we have here? 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Oh, I distinctly remembered this play. So Mike Conley gives the ball to Donovan Mitchell with 8 seconds left. 9 seconds left. So 8. So Donovan could pass it to Mike Conley, I guess. But then he's in isolation, and Mike Conley shot 3. Mike Conley shot 30% from the field. So I don't know if that's a better shot, to be honest. Let's see. So here we go. We run a pick and roll with Don and Rudy. Don takes this shot with 3 seconds left in the shot clock. Again, these guys were like when he's actually running the pick. So when this is actually pretty well defended and they're closing the, like, here's another thing. Okay. Sorry. I'm, this is me just going live. This is not prepared. This is me just kind of studying the film with you guys. I haven't really relooked at this. You don't see this stuff quite the same until you look at it again. They're trying to cut off the drive. So everyone who wants to say, oh, Donovan Mitchell just needs to drive to the basket, Jay Crowder's sitting right here. That's not really an option. And Donovan Mitchell has 5 seconds left. So this is just like incredible defense by the Suns because they know that they don't want to give him a lane to the basket. Jay Crowder is here to take that lane away. So if Donovan Mitchell drives, then he'll need to pass it to Daniel House. But he can't make this pass right here. He's the open man. This is just incredible defense by the Suns. Look at how spaced they are and how they're taking away this shot, which is the best shot the Jazz have. Daniel House being like an incredible corner three shooter. They're taking that away while also taking away the drive to the rim. This is an incredibly coached team with a team that is running just incredible defense. And what do you need in this situation? You need a guy to make a shot, and a tough one. And so here we go. You guys can't see. Where do I go? How do I move it up? Look, 5 seconds left in the shot clock when he starts the pick and roll. He has 5 seconds to get a shot off with a team that is like playing at an incredible level, playing incredible defense. You just got to give credit. And so what is this? This is Donovan Mitchell having to create a shot in a really tough situation. And I would argue that this was a pretty decent shot. He takes that with 4 seconds left. Maybe Rudy goes, but look at this. They're enclosed, so maybe he can kick it out. Maybe. That's a tough read. I mean, that's just a tough pass. I kind of just feel like Donovan is getting a rhythm shot. And, you know, maybe if he can somehow remarkably get it to Mike Conley, maybe. So this is kind of like a maybe. Maybe. But I kind of, that to me under, that kind of falls into me under, like, he had to take the shot. Because it's easy to say, oh, he should just pass it to Conley. Like, when is he going to see Conley? How is he passing it to Conley with the 7'1" Rudy Gobert right here? Bueller? It's not happening. So he has to take the shot. Right? I mean, it would be nice if Conley's wide open for sure. But, like, I mean, if we're going to fault Don for being 6'1", fine. Then we need to tank and just start over and try to find that 6'8" Luka Doncic player, right? It is what it is. Don, that's just not necessarily always Don's style too. So this is who Don is, and to me, this is just a missed shot. So, you know, it's Donovan Mitchell's bad for missing the shot because they needed him to make the shot. And you can disagree, but I guess this is the Judge James. Here's my iPhone. I don't want to break my phone. Here's the Manscaped gavel. We'll have to get them to sponsor us next year again. Judgment down. Missed shot, not a bad shot. So 1 bad shot, 2 missed shots, if that makes sense. All right, here we go. Mike Conley with the ball. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Donovan Mitchell takes the open spot up 3, and he misses it. That is a good shot. And we know that Donovan Mitchell is a good spot up 3-point shooter. Like, he is a better spot up than pull up 3-point shooter, right? He's one of the best actually spot up 3-point shooters in the NBA. He's elite. So he's a great, and this shot comes off to me looking like adrenaline. So watch, Donovan open, gets to the open spot. No one else is open. He takes the right shot. And he just misses it. And he shoots it long, which makes me think he's got adrenaline. And this is a good contest by Booker, too. I mean, that's just a good contest. He just misses. So, the gavel. Missed shot. Not a bad shot. He still missed it, though, so he deserves the criticism, I guess. So, 3 missed shots, 1 bad shot. And remember, guys, this is playoff atmosphere. These are playoff shots. These aren't playing the freaking Orlando Magic or the, you know, the Detroit Pistons or whoever. This is the Phoenix Suns elite defense. And so if you can get a clean look off, that's a pretty good shot. Okay? I mean, I know it's not ideal. You need your star to hit his shots, though. You need your star to hit shots. And if he doesn't, then you lose. If he does, you win. Okay, let's keep going. Donovan, this is 4.4 seconds left. Let me make myself super small. Talk like this. Probably should have done this earlier, I guess. Let's see. So, high pick and roll, 4 or 5 seconds left. Donovan has to create a shot out of nothing. He has 5 seconds left, and he knows it.
Mitchell looks inside. They double him.
I mean, he got that shot off with, look, 1 second left. I mean, maybe, that's so crowded here. Like, people talk about get the ball to Rudy. How? I mean, maybe Bojan's, but that's just, oof. He has 2.9 seconds left. I don't know if there's time to get that to Bojan and get him. I mean, it's just, this is Donovan having to create a shot.
They double him. Jumpers away. Can't hit it.
Let's make me bigger again because I'm a narcissist. The gavel. Missed shot. Not a bad shot. So how many is that? 5 shots and 4 of them were missed and 1 was bad? Let's see. Let's see.
Chris Paul again. 6-footer. Grabs the rebound.
Oh. I think 5 out of 6 were missed shots, not bad shots. Let's say 4.5 good missed shots, 1.5 bad shots. Can we agree? Because that one was like, probably could get it to Conley, maybe, but Rudy Gobert is like really big and it's really hard to see. You know what I mean? Could we put on like VR goggles and just see things from Donovan's point of view? It's really hard read to make with Rudy Gobert literally right here. Like, that is so hard. So hard. So, anyways, the Hoops Nerd Court. And maybe we'll start doing this because this is kind of fun. I kind of get a kick out of this. The gavel. Maybe I need to. Do I need to buy a gavel? 5 missed shots, 1 bad shot in 6 shots. And it comes down to that. Like, you need your star to make shots. If Michael Jordan doesn't make his big shots for the Bulls, they don't win. But he did, and they won. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. All right, let's go. I wanted to look at, people were like trying to blame Donovan Mitchell for the defense too tonight, which I guess, maybe. Although I think that when you argue for an entire year that Rudy Gobert is the cornerstone of everything you do on defense, and you tell people things like Marcus Smart's defense isn't as important because he's a perimeter defender and he doesn't guard all 5 guys as much as Rudy does, then I think that you probably should not be blaming Donovan Mitchell for defensive mistakes as well. Okay. All right. There's a little flaw in that logic there. But anyways, Rudy Gobert had a nice night. 16 points, 12 rebounds. I actually thought Rudy was really, really good tonight. And Hassan too. I loved the fire from Hassan tonight. Really great. -2 for Hassan. Rudy Gobert was just in -4. Really nice night for Rudy. And I think Rudy was on the floor for some of these minutes with these guys, as well as obviously Hassan. It's really interesting that, how it really comes down to Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal was just not very good tonight, honestly. He just was pretty bad. And it sucks because you needed him to be better. I think if House was on the floor and starting, and we'll go there. I think the Jazz win because I think House probably keeps Booker from going this good. Maybe it's like 1, maybe 2 buckets less. And it's not even necessarily just that. It's like, does he prevent Booker from getting 2 or 3 shots? You know what I mean? Because here's how you win basketball games. Get the ball to your guy that scores buckets and let him go to town, and that's what the Suns do. Can you prevent him from getting the ball? I actually think that probably wins the game. Because Royce was just getting absolutely destroyed. What I wanted to look at is the guy that really destroyed Utah in the 4th quarter was Mikal Bridges. He went 7 for 10 this game. I mean, outside of Devin Booker and Chris Paul, who were remarkable. But late in the look at all these buckets in the fourth quarter. He had 1, 2. Let's watch all of these. He missed this. Let's just start with this and let's just see. I don't know what we're gonna see here. All right, so this is Chris Paul penetrating, gets it to Ayton, who passes it out to Bridges, who just misses a wide open 3. So really, the Jazz got lucky there. I think that was actually Bridges' only 3 because I think he went 0 for 1 and that was it. All right, so let's watch here. This is a Bridges bucket. Great pass by Booker. They swing the ball. Okay. Am I going to be mean tonight? I was being nice to Donovan, and we talked about Donovan's shots. Everyone mocks Donovan. Everyone tells Donovan it's all his fault. It is time to open the court. Did I just get an accent? It is time to open the Hoops Nerd court of Rudy Gobert on defense, because Donovan Mitchell's most important asset is the offense. We will now judge Rudy on defense. Court is in session. All right, watch Rudy Gobert here. Donovan Mitchell gets beat. Rudy Gobert does a really good job on Devin Booker here to contest. Booker smartly gets it to Jay Crowder, who passes it to Mikal Bridges. Now, Rudy's set. What's he doing? He's guarding Deandre Ayton. He knows the lob is always a threat. Although, how many assists did Mikal Bridges have? Real quick. He had 2 assists. I don't know if he's a big assist threat. But anyways, let's go back. I missed that one. We're going to this one. Okay. Crud. Come on, guys. All right. Dang it. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just gone with it. All right. Let's start here. Just because we know. Okay. Here we go. Same play. Okay. Court is in session. Okay, so Rudy does a really good job. So he did a great job on this drive where Donovan Mitchell got beat. He had the contest there. And just like we're giving Donovan Mitchell all the blame on offense, this is like the jump shot for Rudy Gobert, but it's defense. And he has to either block this shot or make him miss, and he doesn't. Now, did Rudy Gobert do a bad job on this? No. But he missed the block, right? So, not a bad defense, just a missed defense. First one. And if Rudy makes the block there, isn't that just as effective as making a shot on the other end? Right? Okay, let's see what else here. So, oh, we just watched this. Why did it replay it? Oh, maybe I rewound it? Okay, I was like, for a second there, am I going to lose my mind? What's going on? Let's see. That's him beating Donovan Mitchell. So I guess this one is on Don. That's just a great shot. Donovan 6, look at this. This is tough. If you could find a way to get Daniel House on him, this is why the Suns are really good too, because, I mean, honestly, Donovan Mitchell is not a defensive star, just like Rudy Gobert is not an offensive star. So they attack it really quickly. And this is great offense, by the way. This is why the Suns are so freaking good. Not just because of the talent, but they're coached and they just know how to play. So part of how you win in the playoffs and how you win NBA basketball games is just seeing mismatches and then attacking them just fast and quick and not letting the defense get set. Because look at this. Rudy Gobert is clear over here. They know, like, you've only got so much of a shot. And that's the point of having Deandre Ayton up here, is to get Rudy Gobert away. Why are they running this action over here? Because Rudy Gobert is over here, right? I mean, this is all by design. You are keeping Rudy Gobert as far away from the basket and as far away from defending things as you can. So what they do is he immediate. Look how quickly he's turning before he even has the ball, and he goes at and he gets that shot off. So that's just great offense, honestly, and recognizing the mismatch because he's 6 inches taller than Donovan, and by the way, Mikal Bridges' wingspan is wild. It is unbelievable. It is like Rudy level, percentage-wise, just unbelievable wingspan. All right, so let's see what happens here. We've got another kick out. Don guards him. Okay. So Rudy, on the other one, it wasn't even his fault. It was Don's fault. He got beat. Rudy comes here. Oof. Bad defense. Rudy comes down, does a good job. He comes out. I'm not sure what Rudy's doing here. Okay, what do we know? Mikal Bridges has taken 1-3, and he missed it. Rudy's got to, and I don't know if this might be an impossible ask, but if you're the defensive player of the year and we're gonna go at Donovan Mitchell on offense, then we need to talk about the defense here. He gets caught in no man's land and gets beat. Boom, dunk. And that's because of Rudy's contest. Now, I don't know, this was transition, so it might be impossible. Donovan Mitchell, he's trying to guard 2 people here. They pass the ball to Chris Paul. If Donovan Mitchell leaves him open, he makes it, so Donovan Mitchell does what he has to, and he guards the open shooter. This means, look, I can't see. Is that Daniel House? I can't tell. Rudy Gobert is the next guy in line to guard the open man, and he does the right thing by going at him, but he kind of halfways it and gets beat. And that was a tie game, and that bucket put them up 2. So, and that was bad defense. He either needs to force him to take a shot he doesn't want, which is the 3, or he needs to block the shot here, but Rudy just gets kind of caught. And so, pain for Jazz fans. Bad defense on that one. And I'm the judge. So anyone who disagrees, take it up with the courts. Is that what they say in Is that what they say in lawyer places? All right, what's going on here? Mikal Bridges is going to make a bucket. Oh, Mike Conley, what are you doing? Mike. Guys, this is, although this is a set play, by the way. We're seeing a set play here. Pick and roll. He's going to run. Honestly, what is Mike Conley doing? This is really bad. I mean, this is really bad, guys. This is like game on the line. And what's he doing? Like, what in the world? I didn't even see this. Mike Conley officially had a really horrible night and was caught ball watching with 50 seconds left, down by 2. And what is this? Like, what is that? You know how you can tell this is set play too is watch Devin Booker come up and set the screen on Rudy Gobert. So this is kind of on Donovan too. He needs to recognize and switch. But man, that's the kind of stuff that makes me think the Jazz didn't. I mean, look at the body language. This is bad. Oof, this is bad. So here's what Don needs to do. He needs to recognize the screen coming. Although Don doesn't recognize this, neither does Conley. So maybe this is well disguised because it's Chris Paul and he's the best clutch player in the NBA and one of the best in history. So that's why you see both of them. They're watching. I don't have a teleprompter here, but they're watching. And how do they take advantage? Watch Mikal Bridges just go. Boom. And I mean, that is unbelievable. He got like 2 dunks. And that was an and one too. So insult to injury, Conley loses him and fouls him. So this is really Mike Conley's man. So, I mean, Donovan Mitchell needs to be like recognizing with Booker and hold back. Although I don't know if Mitchell's going to be able to stop Devin Booker. Rudy Gobert, I mean, this is why I don't know if the Jazz can beat the Suns in the playoffs, is this play right here. That I don't know if they can, because Rudy Gobert really to stop this needs to power through the screen. And I guess I will say I wouldn't mind a little more effort from Rudy to get through that, but that's bad. That's really bad. So, not Rudy's fault. One bad defend, one missed defend. So that cost the Jazz 4 points. And how much did the Jazz lose by? And that was the play I saw. They lost by 6. Whew. Oh, guys, that was a painful loss. That was a painful loss. And that last play, and I think that's a little bit of the Jazz feeling deflated and the things we talk about. You know, you've just given up a 17-point lead, so, you know, that's like swing point 19 at that point. Now 21. Ugh. Really bad. Really painful. I don't know. I guess we could watch more defends. Do we really want to go in and watch everything Chris Paul did? Probably not. Probably not. But it was a rough defensive end as well. I'm kind of blown away by Mike Conley on that play, guys. I'm like, that's wow. And who knows? Maybe it's the stuff on the offensive end affecting things on the defensive end. I don't know, but that's wow. I guess it's hard for me with like 2 seconds left to defend like that type of effort, even if things are going really bad. If you're down 2, you have to get a stop. So to just be kind of like nonchalant, like, so I guess there's 2 ways you can look at it, and we'll end on this thought. 3 ways to look at it. 1, the Suns are really, really, really good. They're really, really, really good. 2, maybe it's the regular season. It doesn't really matter all that much. And if it were the playoffs, maybe that's, maybe like, okay, we're on point 2. I'm losing my mind. I'm tired. So maybe because it's regular season game down 2, you're not carrying that much. Still disappointing, honestly. Not something I like to see. But maybe you turn it on in the playoffs and Mike Conley makes a nice defensive play there in the playoffs, maybe. Or 3, the Jazz just are broken. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, man, really tough. So, the reason you're not going to hear a lot of people say, well, pass Rudy the ball, there was not really any chance to pass Rudy the ball, and that's what we saw tonight. That's why sometimes, like, the pass to Rudy stuff, I'm like, well, when? You know what I mean? That's why the whole pass per game thing is just kind of weird and dumb, is because if you actually go watch that, like we just did, like, when was he going to get it to Rudy, and when was it going to be a make for Rudy? That's what's dumb. Now, what it should have been is, like we talked about, like, of the 6 plays, it was like 4 to 5 that were just missed shots. They weren't like bad decisions. 2 of them were probably bad decisions, right? Like the open one to Bojan, and then you could argue getting to Conley, although I would argue back, easier said than done. Easier said than done. So frustrating. I guess it's a little heartening to me to see like how difficult it was. At this point, guys, to like at this point, it looks like we have a debates going on in the chat. I love it. I just will say this, like, if the Jazz want to go far, you need Donovan Mitchell to go there. And if he misses, then you lose. But if he makes them, then you win. You know what I mean? And tonight he missed, and they didn't get the defense. And the Suns are really, really, really good. So when you're playing against a team like the Suns, you have to play at an all-star elite level, and Donovan Mitchell wasn't there tonight. So it's a bummer. And I think that we might be kind of bummed out because I think Donovan Mitchell's going to miss out on All NBA this year. It sucks. It really sucks. So that keeps him from getting Supermax. So anyways, that's all I got tonight. But you know what? You guys are all here. You're all amazing. The fact that we had so many viewers tonight makes me really happy. You guys are unbelievable. All the people who joined the channel, who are part of the chat, you guys are amazing. Let's all be nice and kind to each other. Let's see. But let's also give a shout out to our All-Stars who support the show. Honestly, and everyone who joins the channel supports the show, and I appreciate it. And if you're new here and you would like to, I would really appreciate it. Support the show. It's basically a Patreon. And so you help the show grow, and I really appreciate it. Let's give a shout out to Total Game Domination, TGD, Christian House Money to Haas. Is it House Money? I'm off my game. I think it's... Guys, let me know. Is it House Money? I forgot. Christian House Money to Haas. Tyson Price, The Price is Right. Baby Elliott Matson. X marks the spot with Zintas. Jordan the Goat Best Roll. Joshua Hansen, the Danish Destroyer. And one Anton Warren. Ezekiel Rice. Seabay, the man from down under. JT Buckets Wardell. Austin R. Grant, Editor Extraordinaire. Eric C. The C stands for Champion. Donald Schooley, schooling all of us. DW to CB. Darren Williams to Carlos Boozer. Speaking of Carlos Boozer, my boy went to the Utah Jazz basketball camp today. Met Carlos Boozer and got his autograph. Shout out to Carlos Boozer. Jorge Arteaga, mi amigo de abajo, Lee Christensen driving the lane, Patrick Kukubo, the connoisseur, and Robert Hall of Fame. Christian House Money to Haas. I think that's it. I don't know why I'm forgetting Christian. I'm really sorry, but it's House Money now. Guys, if you haven't already, if you're new here, like and subscribe to the channel. If you've been here this long, please like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. I don't know, guys. There's one game left of the season. The Jazz have to figure things out with that, and then they need to do something in the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell said tonight that don't worry, we'll turn it around. I hope so. We'll find out. We'll see. Guys, if you haven't already, like I said, I've said this 3 times over, I must be tired. Like and subscribe to the channel. Join the channel to support it. It's much like the Patreon. I appreciate it from all of you guys. I will talk to you next time.